All right, guys. So I'm back here with Raven in Yakima, Washington. How's it going, Raven?
That's all right. All right.
Hey, how's your day been today?
It's been all right. Been all right as it can be. So.
So when I actually met you, you guys were actually pretty upset with me.
Well, yeah, we gave some people kind of like trying to record us and like kind of like in a mocking way or like trying to be rude with us. So.
Really?
Yeah, like we didn't know that you were doing actually something like a project or something.
Yeah, because you hadn't heard about me, right? That I'm the
Yeah,
guy that
yeah.
helps. Yeah, that's crazy. So how often does that happen here, where people do like make fun of you guys like that?
A lot. Like they'll come, like they'll before the water is on, or like in the wintertime, they'll come like throw water on us, or they'll come and like
No
record
way.
us, and like yeah, they'll be recording us and just stuff like that. So.
Wow, the fact that people would be willing to do something like that, you know?
Yeah, it's messed up.
So one of my questions I usually ask later on in the videos is, how do you feel that average people view homeless? How do you feel about that?
I feel like we were viewed as like, I don't know, dirty, or like we're trying to like, you know, take something from the community when we're not. You know, we're just trying to survive just like everyone else.
For sure.
I've been on the other side of homelessness and on this side of homelessness, and it's, you know, even I have even had my judgments towards the homeless before, and it's not.
So how old are you, Raven?
I'm 24.
24. You're young.
Yeah.
How long have you been out here in the streets?
I've been out here for it's going on 3 years now.
3 years, huh? How
Yeah.
did it begin for you?
Well, it began. I at first I was working at a job. I was the manager of McDonald's on 16th, and then I was living with my daughter's dad and me, and we had some domestic violence stuff go on, and he like bit a chunk out of my face. It was really bad, really gory stuff, and anyway, I left him, and then I had never really had my freedom. I had my daughter when I was 14, and yeah,
You were young.
yeah, and so it's like once his controlling ways got taken away, like I kind of just kind of wanted to be a kid, and I mean I lost everything. I didn't have any guidance or ever really, so.
So you said you had your kid when you were 14.
Yeah.
How old were you when you met your baby daddy?
14.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
Super young.
Yeah, I mean, first time it was just like that. We didn't really even know each other. It was kind of like got stuck with each other.
Hey, so how is it having a child, being a child, you know?
It's not recommended. I mean, I don't regret my daughter in any way.
Right.
But I do think I could have waited, because now she just turned 9 2 days ago.
Wow.
And, you know, she's there wondering where her mom is, where her dad is. And so it's something that, you know, is going to affect her for the rest of her life. And so.
If you don't mind me asking, who's your daughter with right now?
My daughter's with my mom and my brother. They take care of her right now. I see her often, but I'm not there with her, so.
What does your mom and your brother tell you about you being out here in the streets?
I think they really just think it's a drug use. Like they think like, oh, you know, you're on drugs, you're doing this and that. But actually, me and my boyfriend just got out of treatment, and so it's like we've been trying to get away from that stigma, and like I think that's one of the big things that everyone thinks about homeless is that we're on drugs but it's like we're not all of us are on drugs. Some of us are just trying to get back into normal life. And
Right. So, dang, that's huge, being 14 years old and having to grow up super fast, being a kid, you know?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
just, I keep thinking about that, I keep going back to that.
I never thought it was like when I was 14, I didn't realize how much of a kid I was. Like,
Right.
you know, when you're not that young, you think that you're so much older than you are. And my daughter being 9, it's kind of like made me realize like, whoa, I couldn't imagine her having a kid in 5 years. Like,
Right.
And it's just like, wow, like it's.
So with that, Raven, how do you feel your childhood was?
It wasn't. I mean, I don't know how to ride a bike. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't know that I'm just now learning. And being on the streets kind of helped me learn those things. Like, I never realized I never had a favorite color. Like, I never had a hobby. Like, I didn't do sports.
So with that, when you were 14, did you drop out of school or?
No, I went to Eisenhower, and then I had gotten pregnant and went to Stallion Academy. I didn't finish, but you know, it was kind of a lot of girls my age were having babies at that age, so it was in a way, it was kind of glorified in a way to where it's like, oh, it's okay, but it wasn't
Hey,
okay.
so tell me this is a little bit off, you know what I usually ask, but being from East Valley, right, growing up, people would say, oh, I go to Stanton, or I'm going to Stanton, and everybody was like, oh, wow.
The bad kid school,
bad
yeah.
kid school, right? How is it at Stanton?
It's honestly, Stanton's an amazing place. I mean, I wanted to go there before actually. That was my first choice of going, and then I chose to go to Eisenhower just because it was away from, I grew up in the hood, and so it was kind of away from that, and I wanted to get away from this. I never thought I'd be in this position that I'm in, and but Stanton is honestly, it's a big help where it needs to be. There's no judgment, there's no grades. It's like you do what you need to do, and it's the staff there, they really are on you. They try to make sure that you really stay on top of it, even to the point where like they'll come home to your house and wake you up for school.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bad misconception about it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that go to Stanton. I mean, a lot of people don't know, like, you don't have to be sent there. Like, you could just go there. Like, it's a normal high school.
Right.
And if you go there, a lot of people finish early. And so it's...
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of programs there as well. Like, I went to YV Tech. I mean, I'm a certified beautician, and because I went to YV Tech through Stanton.
Yeah.
And I mean, I finished that program, and I didn't finish high school, but I still got my certificates in that. So that opens up a lot of doors too. So.
For sure. So tell me, what is it that ended your being a supervisor at McDonald's?
It was just kind of me not being in an abusive relationship. I was forced to do a lot of things. Like, I was forced to pay the bills. I was forced to go to work because if not, I was, being hit, being beat on. So once that went away and I had my freedom, when I was younger, 14, I never had to make decisions on my own.
Yeah.
It kind of went from my mom being my boss to my daughter's father being the boss, and then to having no boss. And so it's like, I kind of just wanted friends. I wanted to be out there. I wanted to,
yeah,
do things but I didn't know. It was kind of, letting a 5-year-old run out and have an ID and money and a car,
right.
And just kind of had no guidance. And
so what drugs did you turn to at that moment, if that's the moment
yeah,
that you turned to drugs?
I started doing downers, so I started doing Xanax, and then it turned into me doing methamphetamines and then Percocet 30s, which is now fentanyl.
Right,
and
right.
so yeah, that was a really big downfall. Like, right when I started doing methamphetamines, it felt like I was, learning all these things about myself and doing all this stuff, and I didn't realize that it was honestly taking away from, that's not me. I'm finding out who I am. But then the downfall was the fentanyl. Like, once I started doing fentanyl, I didn't care about anything else but getting high. And it's like, I didn't care if I was sleeping outside. I didn't care if I was sleeping in a garbage. I didn't care. Like, as long as I was high, I was fine.
So, out of all those drugs, which one do you feel is the most addicting?
Fentanyl, definitely.
Because
it's physically like demanding. Like, if you stop doing that, like, when I started doing it, I was with a guy who had me start doing it. I didn't realize you get sick. I didn't realize that, within a certain time you can't get off of it. Like,
right.
I was in jail and I got released because my withdrawals were so bad. I couldn't.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't give you, you're not allowed to have any kind of like methadone or anything like that in jail. So when my withdrawals were so bad, I ended up having a seizure. My heart stopped beating twice, and they ended up releasing me just to pretty much go get high again because I couldn't be without it.
Wow. Had you ever experienced seizures before that?
No.
Have you experienced them since then?
No.
So
just because, since then, I haven't been sober since, so.
Oh, okay. So when was the last time you did a blue?
Probably this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
And are you feeling right now, because we're about probably, if I had to guess, around 10-ish in the morning.
Yeah.
Are you feeling the withdrawals already?
No. I feel like it's different for everyone that uses. I've always had that mindset of like, I do the drug, it doesn't do me, which is a lie in itself. But, there's some people that they feel the withdrawals instantly, like 5 minutes, but after they're done smoking. Me, I try to keep my mind busy and like still doing things and kind of keep focus on other things so that I don't have to be completely incapacitated all day. So.
Right. So tell me, as a woman out here in the streets, right?
Oh, yeah.
What extra dangers do you face being out here?
All of them. There's times where it's like I don't know where to sleep or I don't sleep, so I go into like sleep deprivation, and I'm out because, there's real predators out here. There's things like I can't just sleep somewhere on the ground without someone being like, oh, this girl's really pretty, like,
yeah,
what I mean, or like I'm like, oh, like, do you want to do some stuff for some money, or it's that kind of brings women into prostitution, and
right,
and so it's very, very real dangers out here.
Have you ever had to turn to doing dates out here in the streets?
Yeah, that's one thing. It's it's easy because I'm I know that I know that I'm a good looking person, so it's like it kind of was a backfall. Like I know I won't go hungry because I am pretty, or I know I won't go hungry because I can turn a trick and I can get money and I can do that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Have you ever experienced like dangerous situations while doing dates?
Yeah, definitely, all the time. There's been times where, the guys don't, at first when you start doing them, you don't know all the rules and the regulations, and there's been times where they don't want to pay you, and then they're like pull a gun out on you, and they're like, get out of my car, and I've had somebody take away my pants, and I had to walk home or walk back to the park, in my underwear.
Wow.
Really demeaning and just really, really scary stuff. So.
When was the last time you had a result to doing such a thing?
Every day. That's kind of how I support myself, and I get,
That's kind of how you make money, right? When was the last time you had to do that? Would you say yesterday?
Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Wow. And you have your boyfriend. Does he?
He just got out of jail.
Okay.
He just got out of jail yesterday, and he doesn't really he doesn't like it at all. He doesn't.
Right.
He does. Yeah, and
for many reasons, but the danger.
Yeah.
Every woman that I've interviewed that talks about doing dates, every single one has told me that they've been pretty much taken advantage of in so many ways. One, from not getting paid. Two, from getting assaulted.
Yeah.
Guns pulled on them. Knives pulled on. It's been horrible. Every single one.
Yeah, and it's kind of like we're kind of giving, like, we already don't feel great about it. No one wants to be a prostitute. No one wants to do that kind of stuff. So it's like we already are feeling like crap about ourselves, and then it's like, then you do what you really didn't want to do, and then to not get paid or to get assaulted, it's kind of like you just feel like trash, so it's.
For sure. Where did you meet your boyfriend?
I actually met him on the streets out here. So.
What's crazy, I've never met you guys before, and I've been doing these interviews here, so it's kind of mind blowing.
Yeah, I've been out here. Yeah, I've been out here. I was out here last year too in the summertime. We were staying in a house, kind of like a shared housing situation. And then the landlord kind of really took advantage of us. And he had his family come assault us. My friend is in the hospital right now learning how to walk because he had his nephews come in and kick in our doors, threw me down some stairs. They broke my friend's neck. And kind of just forced us out on the streets. So.
What message do you have for your daughter, family, or friends if they end up seeing this video?
That, we're trying. I'm trying. I've been one place, and I know that what I can do, but I'm happy to learn this on my own, and being babied and being kind of sheltered, I'm thankful for it. Thank you for doing the things that you guys have done for me, but it didn't help really at all with me having to be a woman on my own and be out here because I don't know how to do it on my own. So
I appreciate your time. Would you be okay with me posting this on my YouTube channel?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Would you be okay with me doing another follow-up interview in
the
future?
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yep.